It's loading. Evening, everyone. Welcome to FTB Sports KOP TALK Transfer Show.
And you know one thing I do like about him? He'll put his head where other people won't even put their boot.
Yeah. We want people that are going to be competing for that first team spot, exactly. not another Shaqiri.
The way that this brother plays football, when we were linked, I didn't want to comment because I didn't want to smile.
I feel really bad every time I see that, disrespecting Shaqiri, but it is what it is. Okay, again, welcome. This is FTB Sports KOP TALK. We're going to be doing some transfer talk today, mainly talk about who's in and who's out. And these are my guests here today. So we've got James. James, do you want to tell us about yourself?
Yeah, good evening. Thanks for having me, Jem. So I'm James Hansel of TTM SPORTS. TTM SPORTS is a two-man operation, myself and my colleague James Harrison. And funnily enough, I've ended up here by accident tonight because James, if you listen to any of our content, you will know he is a very, very big Liverpool fan. And he's had to go and deal with something tonight, which means he can't be here. So at the last minute, I've stepped in. So I'm behind enemy lines here tonight because I am not a Liverpool fan. I am a Spurs fan. Come at me if you want. So I'm going to put some intelligent, neutral, unbiased opinions with you two tonight. Maybe
almost
bring
unbiased.
You back down to earth a little bit.
Almost unbiased.
Yeah. Almost.
Yeah. And then we've got Aled. Aled, do you want to tell us who you are, where you're from?
Oh, yeah, brilliant. Thank you. Good evening to everyone watching from home. And pleasure to be on as always. And actually it's my debut on this channel. So yeah, I have a YouTube channel called KOP TALK TV. Started it in about, I think it was about 5 months ago now. So that's doing all right. It's a bit of a fan channel. But got a little bit of Premier League content as well as some Euros content and all that sort of stuff. Just covering the football. And if you're interested, drop a subscribe, but also drop a subscribe to FTB as well. So pleasure to be on and looking forward to talking on the show.
Yeah, so we've got all of your information in our description anyway, so everyone can go down and get it.
Thank you.
So before we start, we have everybody that's watching in the comments section. We have a poll running, and the question is: should Liverpool sell Nate Phillips or not? So if everyone puts their votes in, and then at the end of the show, we'll discuss our Nate and see what people think and what we think. First off, I'll start with you, Aled. What do we need this season? There is a new season. Last season we had 10,000, 100 million injuries.
Yeah.
It's quite hard to tell really from last season what we do need. I feel maybe. What do you think we need to add to our squad?
I think obviously the strengthening of Konate at the start of the window I think is important. Obviously to strengthen that centre-back area, obviously we have Matip and Gomez as well as Van Dijk, and we all know that Matip and Gomez aren't known for playing a long period of games without picking up injury, especially Matip. So the fact that we've brought in Konate, who fits our mould, young, proven, is a very good signing in my opinion. But I do think that, with Gini Wijnaldum going, I think that's a massive blow if we can't fill that void. So I think we need some form. I think we need a midfielder. But then we've also got problems up front when you're talking about when Salah and Mane go to the AFCON in February. So you've got two positions really, which I think Liverpool need to sort out in this window. And I still think we will sign somebody. But I don't know why. I just can't see that being. I can't see it being two players. I think it'll be a one player. And if you ask me what specific player I'd want, I'd probably want a Rafinha type player. I think Rafinha obviously is Premier League proven. He can play in the midfield and he can play as a forward as well. So I think when you look at it. When Salah and Mane do go, I think if Firmino and Jota do stay fit, touch wood, you'll have a front force of Firmino, Jota and Rafinha, which I think can cope for that period of time. But I do think that losing Wijnaldum, who played, what was it, 60 games this season, is absolutely massive if we can't go on to replace that. So, yeah, that's a massive...
I was upset about that.
Yeah, I am upset about it as well.
James, from your Spurs perspective, looking at our team, what would you feel that
what
do you think we're missing right now?
Well, you absolutely have to replace Wijnaldum. It's a no-brainer. I can't believe you haven't done it yet. I think that's bad management from Klopp in a way, because if you knew, you've known for a long time that he was going, that he was never going to sign the contract, he was never going to stay. To not have a replacement lined up, I think is a real big. He's missed an absolute trick there. So I think someone like Youri Tielemans would fit nicely into now. I know James Harrison of TTM Sports would agree with me there, because he's been telling me for weeks that you need Tielemans.
Tielemans.
You need that power player because you've got the passing of Thiago. You've got not that Henderson can't pass. You've got the organisation, the discipline of Henderson. You've got the defensive solidity of Fabinho, but you haven't got that box powerhouse.
I agree.
Like a ball carrier, a runner, So I think Tielemans is the closest thing you've got. If not, he's a little bit more composed, maybe.
True.
So I think we do need a Wijnaldum replacement. I mean, there has been rumours of Tielemans and is it Saul?
Yeah, Saul. Yeah.
There's been a lot of rumours, but I don't think he's
the kind of player you need. Saul.
No, I mean, he doesn't really. I think the only one that's really got me thinking was Tielemans. And did you hear the rumours, Awar? I know my Brazilian accent sounds really funny.
From Lyon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barrea's another one as well, which we've been linked with as well. Berardi as well.
Sanchez.
We've had a few players, so that's what's so frustrating at the minute, because as Liverpool fans, me and you, Gemma, we just really want to see that one signing which we can think, right, we'll relax now. But I think the biggest thing to why, as Liverpool fans, we want instant progress, instant signings, is that because of the season that we had last season with obviously Van Dijk, Gomez.
It felt like we lost 5 players, didn't it?
Exactly. And it was such an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
So as soon as that's over, a lot of us were anticipating that FSG were just going to dip in their pockets straight away, spend quite big. But
after the whole Super League thing as well,
Exactly.
We thought we'd get a little sorry present. But, we'll see.
Yeah,
I'm just going to go through some comments a minute. So we've got Solo. This is Errol, the main boss man of FTB. Good evening. OS, he's from our Man United Agenda channel. Hello. Reese, I think he's a regular LFC watcher. Good evening, Reese. This is our Nigel from One Touch TV. He does the Arsenal Armoury TV show. Who else have we got? Football Breads. Paul need a striker and a midfielder to replace Ginny. Priorities.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we're saying. I would really like a striker. I think One Touch TV saying the thing. We need a striker and a backup left back. Yeah, so that's another issue we've got at the moment with Nico, isn't it? Because he has said that he wouldn't mind leaving again, so he can get minutes.
Yeah, I think it's important that he gets minutes. I think he has potential. He does have potential, but I think
he's just not old enough yet.
I think you need that experience to play for Liverpool, and I think we've seen it with Karius. Like 1 mistake, 2 mistakes can ruin your career, which is why I think it's must that he does get minutes.
I think Klopp's quite forgiving though, actually. I think with Klopp, as long as you show that you've learnt from your mistake and you put 100% effort in training, you can be quite forgiving of people making mistakes.
Very true.
So I don't think he's scared of that. I think it's just a very hard first team to get into to get minutes.
Exactly. Getting in front of Trent, a local boy as well, is going to be very difficult, mate.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
TTM Sports. Hi, this is the other James. Matic and Gomez are wonderful, but plainly made of Weetabix.
Oh,
they are. And it's hard, really, because Matip's amazing player. But yeah, we all call him Quaver's legs because.
I think Matip for me now he's not at the level that you need anymore. You're in danger of Matip turning into a bit like Spurs when they kept hold of Alderweireld and Vertonghen, and they kept him in the team for just a bit too long.
I don't think he was never meant to be in the first team, was it? It's supposed to be Virgil and Gomez.
No.
Gomez
was a good free transfer at the time as well.
He just started running the show, so he kept his spot. But I like that in our team, you have to earn your spot. Oh, this is Errol saying Liverpool finished this season. They're just buzzing because they've got Sancho and whatever his name is. All right, just finish some of these comments quickly.
I've got to say though. Yeah, go on.
One touch. This should be a big year for Curtis Jones. This is what I'm saying to people. He's had a year experience now, so I think he's gonna make a start. Amundi from Man United Agenda. Respect to KOP Talk. Been too quiet in the market. Better hurry up as your rivals are improving.
Facts, man.
You're improving, but we already won. We already won stuff, so we're already ahead of you. Jeez, you're acting like you've overtaken us. You're just trying to catch up.
How long are you gonna live off Liverpool? Didn't win anything last year.
Yeah, I know.
This is our year, mate. This is our year, man. We're gonna win stuff.
I'm just saying.
Well, no. We gotta be realistic.
You can't say that we're playing catch up. We're not catching up. This is it.
When you
look but you are. It's a critical point, though, isn't it? It's a critical point of.
It is. It's make or break.
Like the setup of the way the Premier League is at the moment.
We've got that foundation.
Chelsea
We're all right.
You've got a very good foundation, but don't get caught in the trap where you've got to be constantly moving forward, or else you're going backwards or standing still.
That's facts.
I know. Right, sorry, 1 minute. So one chat says Sanchez will be a good player, won the league against PSG, great Euros, and with a points proven the Prem. I have heard that rumour, but
yeah, Sanchez is a good player. I think when I've seen him play before, he's very similar to Wijnaldum in the sense that he can roll a player, he can pass the ball, he can move the ball forward as well. So I mean, when you look at Sanchez, he's a brilliant option. But I think our eyes automatically turn to Sal because he plays for arguably a more glamorous club in Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, but I don't think our club's bothered.
I don't think he's the. I don't think he's the kind of player you need, though. I think you need more like a Sanchez or Tielemans. You need a powerful player.
Yeah, we do need more of a player that will suit our system, which will be the likes of Sanchez. In my opinion.
I mean, this is a good comment from your friend James, TTM Sports. Will it be the Liverpool smoke screen when out of nowhere we sign a player? Well, this is what I've said before. Quite often the rumours, I never believe them because most of our stuff's just done behind closed doors and swiftly. You guys are linked with everybody, but looks like Cashwell has run dry. All right, I'm ignoring that comment from the Man U fan. They like to think they can just spend up. Right, so I'm going to come back to the comments in a minute. I'm just going to bring in, so we're going to add some more people in. So we've got Nicholas. We'll bring him in. Evening, Nicholas.
You got Nicholas.
He's one of our FTV KOP Talk panelists. And, oh, wait. No, it's James, you're coming on twice there.
Nothing.
Okay. Let's add you in again anyway. There we go. And James is back in the building.
Sweet.
Evening, Dippers. Evening, Peyton Bear. Do we see you? We see you.
Evening, Mr. B.
Cool, have to sell before they spend. We'll talk about that in a minute. Trent is a poor man's Wan-Bissaka. 1B is a plan B. I'm not even getting into that.
Yeah, 1B is a plan B. I think a plan D.
Right. Anyway, so let's move on to the next bit. So welcome, Nicholas. So we've just kind of been talking about what we need.
Yeah.
But I want to get onto the point of, this team
Mm.
did actually win the Premier League. This team that's coming back and starting now, we did win the Premier League with this team. On top of that,
Right,
we have
we did.
people coming back from injuries. We have Jota. Jota missed. When was he out? It was December till March, wasn't it?
Yeah. Missed the game.
He got 13 goals. You know, he was a new signing. Thiago was out from October till January.
Mm-hmm.
They were our two new signings. Didn't get to play much. We'll have Fabinho back in his position.
Yeah. Can't wait for that.
Konate.
Yeah.
We've got a very experienced Elliot and Curtis Jones. So is there a need for a big fuss, like people getting angry and upset and wanting these new signings?
Not really. I don't really think that they should be up in arms, spending money. Come on now. Jones,
We've also got Ox, who's being trained as a
false nine, which is very interesting. But considering what he has been able to do, this is what I'm talking about. It's going to be interesting going forward to see what type of abilities he can and will bring. Is he going to slot in as Firmino has done for the past 2, 3, 4 seasons? Is he going to bring that type of distribution to Salah, to Mane, to Jota?
Yeah, facts.
It's very interesting. Very interesting, man.
So I actually saw him saying that he had an interview and he was saying he's been mostly practicing his shooting from outside the box.
Right.
I think he's been quite well known for doing, but he's basically come out and said that that's what he wants to try and bring to the team. And I think the last time we had a lot of that was when we had Coutinho.
Yes,
We used
that's
to get
true.
a lot of the goals from outside the box. I don't feel like we do get that that much anymore. We tend to bring it right in and through.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
maybe
We haven't had many shooters from outside the box. We do have Fabinho. Thankfully, that's one. But I personally would like more. He does always go bangers. I just like him to do more. And I'm wondering if throughout the course of the season, him and Thiago could act as a pivot. I don't know. But I'm just going to leave that up into Klopp's hands.
Yeah.
What do you think, Alex? Like, obviously, we've got all these players that are now back. I feel like Thiago is going to be unleashed again because Fab's going to be in his position. Backline seems pretty secure now.
Yeah.
But Konate in there. Do we really need to go out and buy any more players? Can we use Elliot and Curtis?
I think we do. I think we still, as much as as much as you said there, we do sound more secure than I think a lot of us think. And I think, as I alluded to earlier, I think the main reason why we're all expecting Liverpool to make signings is because of the emotional roller coaster losing the two centre halves, and we instantly think, right, let's buy someone that fill that void. And I think that we do need to fill the void in the sense with Gini Wijnaldum, because the consistency he played in terms of turning up constantly, games, was it 60 games? That's why I feel like, as I said before, Renato Sanchez will be perfect. But I do feel Liverpool generally do this in terms of they'll be very quiet, all out of a sudden they will buy someone like Thiago, like they did with Thiago, and then shortly after, before we knew it, they signed Jota as well. So I don't think we should get so worked up at the fact that Liverpool aren't active as of yet, but I do feel we will see a signing. Who that will be, I'm not too sure. But am I confident? Yes. I mean, do I think we still have enough to win trophies? Yes. It's about strengthening for the long term that I think I want to see as a Liverpool fan. And that's security going forward.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I try not to, me and my Liverpool friends, Nicholas, we always say, we trust in Klopp.
Yeah,
You know,
indeed.
He's not really done a lot wrong since he came. I feel like our scouting system works pretty well, so I'm not overly stressing about it. I'm just quite looking forward to seeing our proper team back. That'll be quite nice. Interesting comment here. Football Braz, hello. Ox as a false 9 is a big risk. You need to have a great link up and holding abilities. I don't see that Ox. So I feel like Ox is like now or never kind of time, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Klopp clearly sees something in him. That's why he's been training him in this position. You might have seen him playing and thought, you know what, he'd work better in this place. But is he good enough? Don't know.
People remember his abilities and what he gave us in the run-up to our first attempt at the UCL final.
Yeah, I know.
I'm wondering whether or not people's memories are short.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true.
It was funny because someone said in training, all he does is score worldies. And they were asking him, and he was like, I don't know about that. But you kind of think when he does score, he scores really good goals. But it's just the consistency.
So yes, he does have that in him. Of that there is no doubt. And personally, being out of the first team last season could only have done nothing but benefit us moving forward.
Yeah.
Because come on, he's been injury free now for the majority of last season. And what has he been doing? He's been bench warming as well as training. So it stands to reason that the amount of time that he's spent on the sidelines, some of what Klopp has taught him and the backroom staff must have sunk in by now. Come on now. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens.
What's it called? Like a long summer camp.
Yeah, that's a long summer camp.
So we've got TTM Sports, 2 signings needed, Tielemans and Sarr, strengthened, but not just signing for the sake of it. I think that's it. I think a lot of people, you know, I'm not going to go into the net spend thing, but I think we have been sensible and we have sold and then spent from that kind of way. I think sometimes people just starting to feel like, oh, let's just have let's have a splurge. Let's go out. But I mean, we could do that and it could fail. Or it could just literally be that there isn't that kind of player that Klopp's looking for that's available. But I definitely do like Tielemans. I definitely do.
Yeah.
Just another comment. Which players are Liverpool after this summer from Southampton? Very funny. I think we raided them dry. I think we
took one of our
we're on their block list, I think now. Thank you, Mundy. Great show, guys. It's going to be an exciting season. It really is.
Yeah, hope so, mate. Hope so.
Okay, another. Oh gosh. Here's a comment from Hanas from ARMOURY TV. There are currently 29 players in the Liverpool squad, 21 of those being foreign. With homegrown player restrictions coming in, you guys have a problem. Don't expect too many big names arriving. Yeah, so I know you guys have saw this. I'm not worried because I know I'm pretty sure Shaqiri's going. I'm pretty sure Origi might be going. I'm sure there'll be a few more. I'm not really worried about that. Are you guys worried about that?
Not at all.
No, not at all, because I feel like we still have a lot of, I think, departures going out the door very soon. I do feel that we'll still see a few over the next few weeks, with the likes of obviously Shaqiri going to looks like he's going to go back to the Italian league, and then you have the likes of, do we keep on to Origi? Obviously we've already sold Grujic, Harry Wilson, and Tyrell Awani. So look, I think.
That guy, bless him. It took him 6 years to get a work permit. He got
I know,
his permit and we sold him.
I know.
But that was quite funny.
Yeah,
that wasn't his fault, unfortunately.
I mean, maybe this is what's holding us up in the market. We need to offload before we can announce the signing.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's true.
That brings us along nicely then. Thanks, Clarence. That brings along nicely to our end of it. So who's out? Who needs to go? Who do you think's going? I think I saw somewhere Napoli were interested in Shaqiri. I think for him that would be a really, really good option.
Yeah.
I just know with Shaqiri, like he's a good player, but Klopp does not like players that aren't willing to track back and can't do it good enough. That's quite why a lot of times he gets subbed off at halftime, because he's not putting the leg.
He's not putting it in. Yeah.
The size of his legs as well, you know, you need to track back. So he doesn't like that. But I think he'd enjoy it at Napoli.
Yeah, you should.
I think we got 12 million for Wilson. I think we could get 15 for Shaq.
Yeah, I think the Italian league
shouldn't be a problem.
Suits his style of play as well. So I won't be surprised if, say, a few Italian teams come looking for him. In all honesty.
Yeah.
Well, he said his preferred place is Lazio, so why not? Why not let him go?
Signe's little buddy. They'll have fun there together, won't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they will. And it's given Harvey Elliott the chance to step up and prove himself.
So Harvey, in a sense, is replacing Shaqiri, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Basically. And Klopp's loving him right now.
Yeah.
And rightly so.
Yeah, I think the thing is with Harvey Elliott, I think it's going to be very difficult for him to obviously get into that team, because I think the way I've seen him play, he does base his model of play off Mo Salah, in the sense he cuts onto his left foot. He's not afraid to play a pass, a risky pass, which I think is why I think is one of the attributes that I think he's so highly rated in the club. But look, I think Harvey Elliott does have enough in the future, but I think he'll have to bide his time and bite the bullet sort of thing for the next 2 seasons, and I think he'll have his breakthrough, and then he'll really stamp that his authority on his team, and I do really feel that he has the potential to do that.
Yeah,
he's kind of similar with Curtis, so he's kind of like a year behind Curtis now.
Yeah.
Right? I think Curtis now has proved that he can get into that first team. Whether he's going to be trying to prove that this season that he deserves to get some time on the team. But Klopp speaks very highly of him. He loves him. He likes his energy.
Definitely.
Right, let's just go to some more comments. We've got Barbados MUFC. Totally forgot Shaqiri was at Inter Milan. Holy shaving cream, that guy has been around and hasn't been the same since Basel. Well, the trouble is in our team,
if you're not cutting the mustard, if you're not putting it, if you're not putting everything out there on the training pitch, then you're not going to get
the model. At the end of the day, if Klopp doesn't see you giving it 150% in training, you don't get any time. So you might think, why are they on the bench? That's why.
Definitely. We always.
Monday, why are you leaving so late? Surely they need time to settle and integrate into the club. Yeah. They've only just signed fucking Varane. Shut up, man. You're just trying to wind me up anyway. You don't like the deadline day transfers, you know? TTM Sports. I'd use Naby Keita as bait in a cash plus player deal. You get the player you need. Also, the homegrown situation doesn't change. I feel like Keita could just have like his own show. Like we could do a whole show on Naby Keita.
Guys, question. Would you sell him this season?
Is again with him, it's now or never. With Ox and Keita, it's like, right, show us what you can do then, you know? This is your time. Show us what you can do.
Look, we already know what Keita can do. We already know. We've seen it. So personally, I would he'd have a run of games. Injury free. And I think everybody in all of fandom would like to say, because the glimpses that we have seen have been like
I know.
close to jaw dropping. I'm having a giggle here just thinking about it.
Yeah.
It'll be good. It'll be good. He just needs to get the right minerals inside
It's just
him.
not going. It's just not.
Sleeping cotton wool. Yeah, definitely.
Even in the preseason
Definitely.
game, he's sliding past and nutmeg, and it's like you get a chocolate bar, but you can only see the corner of it to eat it. I want the whole bar.
Seriously, it's scary. It's
Just
scary.
take the wrapper
Those link
off. I
up
want
like
it.
Yeah, the thing is with Naby Keita, I really like him. I think he has a lot of potential. But we've seen it for the past 3 years. His body can't cope with it. Like literally, I think he's impressing over in pre-season, and everyone's like, "This is Naby Keita's year." I swear we've been saying this for the past few years. Some of us Liverpool fans,
I know,
and it's just like I just don't want to fall into the trap of saying it and then comes to the crunch in the season. 38 games. Forget the game that he did a few flicks in and got man of the match. And can he do it over a sustained 38 game? Obviously,
we want consistency. You're right, Alan. We want consistency.
And I mean, he's got the skills, but has he got that, that fight, that drive that we want, I don't know.
Just needing to stay fit. I think everyone's, all of our players to stay fit. That's it.
Yes. Well, like I said, the team that's coming in now, all back, not injured, they won the Premier League. This team won the Premier League. And on top of that, we've got Thiago, we've got Jota, we've got Curtis, Elliot, Konate. Let's not get too, let's not sleep on the team too much, you know? We've got Mo Salah.
Let's not get too spend happy. Let's not spend too much. We don't need to.
All right, so we're gonna start wrapping up, I think. I don't know if you've been voting in the poll. We're going to talk about Nate Phillips. I thought I'd save him right for the end.
Yes.
See the result of the poll. So we've got 60% saying no and 40% saying yes, we should sell him. So I'm going to go to you, Alid. What do you think, Nate Phillips?
I think with Nat Phillips, the reason I think I put a vote in the comments, I put we should sell him, but I would sell him in the January window. I wouldn't sell him just before the season, but only because with the injuries that Van Dijk and Gomez suffered, I think it's crucial that they don't play 3 games every week. With the challenges of the Champions League, the Premier League, and all the cup competitions, Van Dijk was a stalwart. He was staying in the team for a lot of the cup games as well. And that's why I feel that Klopp will have to cherry pick each game that Van Dijk and Gomez have to play, which is why I think there'll be a lot of rotation between obviously the likes of Konate, Matip. And I still feel that we will not see the Van Dijk at the peak of his powers until about Christmas time, which is when he would have settled in, got match fitness, played a run of games, and all that sort of stuff. So I feel that by that time, we'll know whether or not we need to keep Nat Phillips for the remainder of the season. And I feel that I would sell him because he's 25 years old. His market value isn't going to get any better if he's sitting on the bench. He needs
he's like prime target right now. Yeah,
I'll be happy for him if he wanted to pursue another challenge elsewhere. But I still feel we need to keep him around until January at least. Make a call on whether Van Dijk and Gomez are fit enough and able to manage the demands, and then make a call there on that Phillips.
Do you agree, Nicholas? What do you think?
I do agree. Considering what happened last season, it's only prudent to say that let's keep him. But in mind, we already have 2 centre backs in Cometio and Williams. Williams played last season. So with that continuity between Williams and Cometio, with Nat Phillips, obviously in pre-season now helping those two along. I don't see there's that prudence says no opportunity for the guy makes you want to say yes. And right now, yeah, he's at the best time.
Yeah.
His market value is not going to decrease any higher. It won't.
Yeah.
It won't.
You know, it's just that sentimental, you know.
Yeah,
what a
definitely.
Man. What a man.
But personally, that's what I feel. Selling. He's got
a lot of interest.
Let him go and be buoyed on his exploits of last season. Bring that in to a new club. Fresh faces.
Yeah.
Plus, you know, like Hannah says, we need to offload to inload, don't we? So
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right then, guys, we're going to finish up. I'm just going to go through the last few of the comments and then we'll call it a night. So MUFC, Barbados, this is Dr. Phil. This season is now or never for so many players, both Liverpool and Man United. That's true as well. If Klopp doesn't finish with Man United or win any silverware, is that so long for Al? Are you kidding?
No,
Klopp is our god right now. Salah, Sadio Mane, are all at peak age though, at 28, 29. Yeah. How and who do you replace them with? This will be Salah's last season.
I do think a few of them names is going to be one of the last season. It's one of them, maybe. Because FSG don't like to give contracts to players over 30 years.
Well, this is the issue we're having with Henderson, isn't it?
Exactly. Which is why I think it will be a little bit of a problem. Come next year, obviously you've got to live in the moment, haven't we? So.
I mean, we don't know behind the scenes. We don't know what's being put in place and stuff. But, I mean, I do have to say with Salah, have you seen the guy? Have you seen him? He does not look his age. He doesn't drink. He has not 1 ounce of fat on him. Like, he is at his peak. Like, he's fitter than anyone else in the Prem. You know, his body's on some Ronaldo level. So
he's fitter than when he was playing at Chelsea. Yeah, he's fitter than when he was playing at Chelsea.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I'm not overly worried about that. I think that those players, they train very hard. They take it very seriously. And they really, really do. So I'm not overly worried about that right now. I think Virgil van Dijk, yes, he's 30. Konate's clearly been brought in as an eventual replacement for him. So I'm not worried about that. Okay. Mr. B, don't need to spend much, Nicholas, or can't spend. We don't know. You're a funny group of people.
It's not a case can't spend. It's a case of
proving that what we're spending it on is worth it as well.
Exactly. And also proving that our system, our academy works.
Yeah. Football players, I think Phillips is stronger than Matip and Gomez. He's proved how he can be for you. Well, you know, physically, yeah, but I don't think he has that natural process. He's great with his head. I agree.
Definitely.
That's why Salah will go Real Madrid.
I hope not. I hope not.
Well, he ain't going to go to Arsenal, so don't worry about that, mate.
I wouldn't be worried about that.
So, it's been great. I know you've got another stream going now, haven't you, Aled?
Yeah, another
You're
stream.
Busy boy tonight.
Yeah,
very busy tonight.
Thanks for having me on anyway.
That's okay. It's lovely having you. Anytime you're ready,
been good.
Jump back on with us.
Yeah.
Nicholas, we finally got you unfrozen in the stream.
I know. Sorry.
We had a little practice, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We did.
On the internet.
Sorted.
Yes. We've got TTM Sports. Great show. Thank you. It's debut next week. Yeah, we're gonna have the Liverpool one next week, not the Spurs one next week.
Not the Spurs one. Yeah.
Kind of great show, guys. Thank you for that.
Channel.
Yeah, like, subscribe, share, all the information in the comments. Aled, I'm gonna put your stuff in the comments as well.
Yeah, thank you for that.
That's quite all right. Really enjoyed you on here.
Yeah,
So, on that note, Thursday, 9:30. Me and Nicholas will be back, won't we? Thursday, 9:30, KOP Talk. We're going to be discussing the pre-season game.
I may be there actually. I may be there now.
Virgil is going to be making his big comeback on Thursday.
Yeah.
Quite
well, it's in contention. Let's see what happens.
Let's see.
Let's see. Yeah.
Right.
Let's see if he plays.
Thursday, 9:30. Bye, guys.
Bye.
And you know one thing I do like about him? He'll put his head where other people won't even put their boot.
Yeah.
We want people that are going to be competing for that first team spot,
Exactly.
not another Shaqiri.
The way that this brother plays football, when we were linked, I didn't want to comment because I didn't want to smile.